Welcome to week 2 of Opening Drive. We are here at Moberly High School where our Friday Night Fever game of the week is the Osage Indians taking on the Moberly Spartans. I'm Peter Terpstra.
And I'm Commandant Chef. Truly happy to be here in the magic city of Moberly, Missouri. One of my favorite cities in mid-Missouri.
It is.
But, you know, Peter, you spent the last couple of days here. I actually went down to the lake, another great city. Got to interview the Osage Indians football team. And you know what? It's a team that is quite different this season. But a few guys are back.
Last year, an undefeated regular season and a trip to the state semifinals for Osage. But this season, it's just 1, 2, 3 returning starters that are back. One of the 3, Osage junior quarterback Bo Dean.
He's pretty valuable both ways, but he can really throw the ball. If we need him to run, he can run.
Pass and run he did week 1. Dean had 78 rushing yards and 4 TDs on the ground, and he also passed for 365 yards and a touchdown through the air. And Dean is not afraid of the pressure that comes with being a go-to guy.
It's a lot more fun because you're knowing how everybody's expecting you to do, and it puts a lot more pressure on you to do good.
Senior Donald Hudemeyer hurt his foot in one of the preseason jamborees, but he is expected to be back in a few weeks.
You know, he may be the most explosive kid I've ever had. He's has great numbers in the weight room. He's a 4.5 40 guy.
And it's that athleticism that's led to a position switch for the two-way player.
It's a little different going from an all-state offensive lineman to a running back. I mean, I'm excited just because I love to run the ball. It's fun, but it's different. It's definitely different from last year.
Hudemeyer did play running back his sophomore season, so it's not a completely new transition. But Hudemeyer isn't the only starter switching roles. Senior Tyler Wynn is going from defensive line to linebacker, and he will also play right tackle this season.
He's our junkyard dog. He's a down and dirty guy. He'll get after you.
A new team, but one that has strong leaders.
The whole team looks to us and the other seniors, knowing we know what it's like to be there and the pressure and just fighting it out.
And the Osage quarterback, Bo Dean, doesn't even have his beard anymore. He's clean shaven. That looks a little different. Last year, a lot of people can remember that he was out there looking like Abe Lincoln slinging the rock. But what else you got for us, Common?
Well, he may not have his beard, but he has his arm, and that's something Osage is looking to do more, pass the ball this season. One guy not mentioned in my story, Dylan Jeffries, had more than 200 receiving yards with Dean. Jeffries used to be a quarterback, now he's a receiver, and him and Dean have quite the connection together.
Now that's a pretty good accomplishment, having 200 receiving yards in mid-Missouri high school football. But let's take a look at the Moberly team, and this offseason they had quite a big achievement. Let's check it out.
Spartans on 3! 1, 2, 3! Spartans!
Welcome to the land of the Moberly Spartans. They're tough.
Back up, let's go!
In shape.
Like Michael Jordan today. Hello!
And inseparable.
We'll leave practice and go home together and play some Xbox, a little bit of Call of Duty, or just go hang out, go out to dinner, get some breakfast.
Challenges on the football field just scratched the surface. This team hit unusual heights this offseason, literally. They climbed a mountain, Pikes Peak in Colorado, a trip full of life lessons.
If you're not paying attention to what's going on, you could die. And I mean, that's real. It's the same way in life. As our kids leave practice today, they need to understand they need to put their seatbelt on because something could happen to them, and that split second be the difference between life and death.
It made us more of a family than a team. We got different groups up on the mountain. Some guys got left behind, and then we like, no, be a team. We go back, pick them up, we stick together the whole time.
Ready!
Some moments transcend the realm of sport. It was a lesson in teamwork, accountability, dedication.
Good work, good work, good work.
One that Coach Ambrosen thinks will stick.
We needed something to get us together, to get us moving, to get us to understand that there's a lot of hard things in life we have to do, and if we keep working and working together, that we can fight through about anything and we can be successful and it can push us beyond our limits.
And of course, play some football come Friday night.
1, 2, 3, Spartans!
I'm here hanging with my Everlast bag, but there's one mid-Missouri player that was hanging quite a lot with the end zone. Check it out.
Osage junior quarterback Bo Dean had an unforgettable Friday. The Osage QB threw a touchdown and had 365 yards through the air. Dean also scored 4 rushing TDs and had 78 yards on the ground for a total of 443 yards and 5 touchdowns.
No matter if you like it.
Thanks, Common. Now, Bo Dean is a heck of a player, but I tell you what, I can't get over the fact that he shaved off his beard. Now, Pete's picks went 10-5 last week. Now, that's not going to cut it around mid-Missouri. So I promise you, I did my research. I went back in, I delved into the depths of these teams, and this week I will not be wrong. Here's Pete's picks.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind.
Rockbridge earned my respect last week. It'll be tough for them to keep it, but they beat Fort Sumont West. Hickman wins its home opener against a smaller school. They beat Wentzville Holt. Jefferson City travels out of state to Illinois. They have a happy bus ride back. They beat Belleville East. Smith Cotton is outmatched by Helias. California continues to show they're better than expected. They beat Mexico. Versailles gets a much-needed win at Fulton. Tolton Calvary is new to the game. Southern Boone wins big. Centralia beats a familiar foe in Palmyra. Derek Otto and Blair Oaks stay in stride. They beat Owensville on the road. Hallsville improves to 2-0. They stomp Paris. North Callaway gets upset, and this week they get the upset. They beat Dallas Peoples and Tipton. Crystal City rolls into town and ruins South Callaway's party. West Rand stays perfect with a win over Carrollton. Salisbury is just a solid football team. They beat Brainerd. And the Friday Night Fever game of the week, I'm going with the Moberly Spartans over the Osage Indians. And that's what I'm going with. I'm picking the Moberly Spartans to oust the Osage Indians here in Moberly for our Friday Night Fever game of the week. Never have I been so impressed with a great group of young men here at Moberly.
Great group of young men, but not so great on the field. I love the Magic City. I hate to pick against Moberly. I love this place. You know I do. But I think Osage has too much offense. Bo Dean, he can pass it. He can run it. Just a phenomenal team at Osage. I think they win by 2, maybe 3 touchdowns.
I'll have to disagree. Football is a team sport, and Moberly has a great group of linebackers.
Well, I guess we'll find out on Friday. You know, you can find out on KOMU. Watch the highlights. Friday Night Fever with Chris Trevino every Friday. Very exciting stuff. Of course, you can also follow us on Twitter. Maybe, give us your thoughts. Who's right, who's wrong? Of course, I was right week 1. You were wrong. But
we'll find out about that in later weeks. Be sure to follow KOMU Sports on Twitter for your live score updates. Be sure to go on to KOMU.com, where we'll also be updating all of our scores live.
And that's been Opening Drive Week 2. Hope you tune in next week.